like to introduce Mr. Blair Ball. Blair Ball is a sales, marketing, and social media professional with over 20 years as an executive. He speaks, writes, coaches, conducts workshops, and blogs. He combines his passion for photography with his social media strategy to increase sales and raise funds for businesses and nonprofits. He has worked as a national sales and operations manager, marketing VP, and Eastern Division manager, just to name a few. His national division had annual revenues of $1.3 billion. Yeah. Blair is the founder of prepare1, which is a social media strategy coaching consulting company, working with businesses and individuals and nonprofits. He's also the founder of Blair Ball Photography. His works of photography have been published in the Memphis Magazine, The Commercial Appeal, Memphis Roadrunners, Memphis Motorsports Park, Memphis Sports Magazine, CBS Sports, and the Travel Channel. So, wow. We're going to take some really good pictures after this, right? Yeah. So let's please welcome Blair Ball. We're very
Thank you, Nikki. Thank you for coming out, and Mar for having me. I'm passionate about photography. I got into photography a few years ago, and one thing kind of led to the other, and I found out in social media also that pictures are a big thing, because if everything was text, nobody would want to see it. So, but we're going to focus on the photography today. All right, everybody now, I guess, is a photographer, right? We all got different kinds of cameras. We're going to talk about gadgets here at the end. The exterior photo is the most important photo that you can have. Many times it's the only photograph that the buyer, potential buyer, is going to see when they go to a website or a publication. So if it's not good, it's not appealing, they're going to go on and they're not going to look at the rest of the photos. So that's the most critical photo that you can have in your portfolio for in the MLS. So what's the purpose of the photograph? What are you trying to accomplish with your photographs? Anyone want to make, what are you trying to accomplish? Sell. We're not trying to sell furniture, are we? We're trying to sell the property, but we want it to be appealing. And sometimes that's a challenge, right? Okay. Especially in the wintertime when there's no leaves and the grass is brown and those types of things. So there's three components of a good photograph: light, composition, and the technical aspect of that. And we're going to cover all three. So light, understanding the light. And what I mean light is, it's just like in here, we can turn the lights up, we can turn it down. If it's up, then the screen may be not as appealing to you. Same thing outside with in the light, dark, you know, it may have cloudy days, those types of things. So it's all about understanding the light when you're taking photographs, whether it's inside or outside, controlling the light, and then the golden hours. And this is what we're going to talk about. So here's some tips that I want you to take away from outside photographs. Keep the sun behind you if you can at all times. So if you have an eastern facing home, it'll be best at sunrise. Okay? So that means what? You got to set the alarm clock, right? Okay, some people that's okay, and others it may be a challenge. But so with that, western homes, they have a nice sunset. So for those have a western exposure, sunset. Okay. And what I mean by the golden hours, it could be, you know, an hour or so after sunrise. Sunset, you get some really nice colors towards, and I'll show you an image taken at sunset. Northern facing homes are the most challenging to photograph. Why do you think that is? Light, yeah. If this is north and the light's up, it's kind of hard and challenging because you may have some shadows and trying to get the foreground and the background and all that to balance. And then, of course, homes with southern exposure, some of the best photographs. What do we want in there, if at all possible?
Blue skies.
Blue skies with little clouds, right? Clouds. Blue skies are nice, but if you have little clouds, it makes it a little bit more appealing, especially when you're photographing the outside of the home. So be thinking about clouds. Sometimes that may mean that you may have to go back and see or look at the weather report. We want to avoid harsh shadows, polarizing filters. This is a polarizing filter. I'll just show it to you real quickly. This is if you get into a little bit more advanced equipment. This is great for cutting down on some of the rays, making the skies a little bit bluer, the clouds a little bit whiter and stuff. But it goes on a digital SLR like this, not on like your smartphone or your little compact flash. And then the golden hour that we talked about. You're going to hear me talk about the golden hour. So golden hour in the morning, okay, and then in the afternoon. We avoid the middle of the day, if at all possible, because of the harsh shadows. And your photographs will come out flat. If you're taking them in the middle of the day and it's bright sun outside, whether it's inside or not, and you're opening the windows, you get these bright lights coming in, you're going to have a very flat photograph and it's not going to be appealing. I'm not going to read all that, but it's just to say, basically, food for thought. When you're taking an image, what are you seeing, okay? What are you looking at? What is your point of view? Like, for example, if I were to photograph here, I might step back on an angle to get everybody in, and I might do straight. I might be in corners. So when you're thinking about photographing properties, think about different angles that you can shoot from. Also think about, can I get a little bit lower? This is eye level. Can I get a little bit higher? Can I maybe move right, a little bit left? And you'll see in an image here, I'll give you an example, that shows you a big difference by just moving the little feet to the right made a difference.